It is 12:47 and it is 99 degrees here in Phoenix. I'm about to head out to Tempe for ConSimWorld 2014. We'll get going. I'm not going to videotape since there's a cop right there. So we'll get going. I'm here at the beautiful Tempe Mission Palms, getting ready to go scope things out and get set up. Here's some of the open gaming. There's Mike B playing Fire in the Lake down there. We have Sergeant's Miniatures game set up, and the expo hall itself. There's some Death Ride Curse going on over there. Assorted games throughout the hall. Absolutely huge. We have 2 games of It Never Snows, Standard Combat Series going on right here. Looks like they're just starting. There's not huge stacks lined up quite yet, but got some build up going on in here. Over here we have the Hunters that the designer is running. He's right there. You can just come sit down, and then your score is reported, and they give out prizes throughout the week. Great little game, solo, sub-combat. And then also down there is Down in Flames. That's what they're playing right there. We've got Where Eagles Dare down here. Grand Tactical Series. The fancy dice roller here. Ty from the guild. I won't show his face just in case. This is what I played last year here. Great little game. Let's see what he's doing. That sums it up pretty well. It's a pretty in-depth game. Kind of hard to make decisions. Over here, famed designer Ted Race here, looking at the flea market table. I have some games down there somewhere. Guys just come set their games out to sell. Some pretty decent deals. I've got some good deals over the years. I don't think I'm in the market for too much this year, but I'll take a look. Zoom out a little bit. Continue taking a look. I'm not playing a big game this year. I'm going to try to do mostly open gaming, play Cell again with the designer, maybe try to play Fire in the Lake. We have Enrico Callendale down there, Mr. Wargame Video himself. Quite a crowd this year. Some good guys, some good games going on. I won't show you, Ty. Wednesday morning, I have the cooler. Stack of games, plexiglass back there somewhere. Got the badge going. Getting ready to head out. I'll be there all day today. I hope to get there by 8. We'll see how this works out. Alright, morning number 2. This is Wednesday at the con. It's about 8 o'clock. About to head in. Played Dien Bien Phu from Legion Games with Roger Miller. Expected to be out in about 2 months. So we'll go ahead and head in. I hope to kind of show a little bit about the game as we're playing. I'm not sure how much of an opportunity I'll get for that, but we'll find out. All right, we are here with Dien Bien Phu, playing it out. I am playing as the Viet Minh. We are basically a turn and a half in. We started in the B scenario here, 31 March to 2 April. We're now in 3 to 5 April. Each turn is 3 days. The game is pretty intricate in the different things that are going on. These tracks are tracking kind of French supply that are basically spent per turn. You can use some of your medicine to bring wounded guys back on. They have to keep track of food and bullets, and then fuel and spares are here. These are brought in through airdrops that are handled on this chart. Basically, the French player lays out chits here, and then you roll on this table, and then you roll against this table to take units off. Here's Isabella here. Some Viet Minh troops here kind of on the trail to Isabella. And here is Dien Bien Phu itself. You can see the French are pretty well dug in. They dispersed after the first turn because Viet Minh barrages are pretty deadly and you get concentrations of troops. This shouldn't be. So barrages end up taking, they're more effective the more troops are around, kind of wearing things down, and then they're shaken based on their morale. Similar things for the Viet Minh, whereas the French are 2-step units, the Viet Minh are 3-step units. They flip, and then they get one of these cadre markers placed on them, and it's basically just a 5-strength unit from there. What's really interesting is the Viet Minh just have a strength. The French have a strength and a morale. The top number is the morale. The Viet Minh morale is actually handled by this track here, and it applies to the whole division. So 304 is this here. They're at a morale 5 right now, whereas 312 and 316 are at a morale 4. They've taken some pretty heavy losses. So what the French are trying to, or what the Viet Minh are trying to do is take these strong points, which you can see here, these kind of colored shapes, these brown shapes here. They're trying to take those in enough strength to kind of wear down, trying to wear down the French on the strong points track, trying to get the French to surrender, basically. So these are taken strong points here. I'm trying to make a push here as a Viet Minh. I'm trying to make a push here just to get the French out of here. Playing with Roger Miller. He's doing some unconventional things with the French, kind of taking them out of the strong points, which is very effective. Great stuff. We're going to try to play another 2 turns or a turn and a half this afternoon. Excellent little game. Really looking forward to it. Very in-depth. I could see it taking an hour and 80 minutes per turn, which with so many turns, it's going to be a pretty long game. But shorter scenarios, you can set it up and play and just kind of check it out. Good stuff. I'm out in the open gaming area. We have 3 battles of Manassas here. Looks like they're pretty well into it. This is the Civil War Brigade series. Old MMP title. We have Maria over here. This game looks pretty neat. Lots of gaming going on. It's about lunchtime, so people are kind of clearing out. Even Axis and Allies is getting played. Lots of stuff going on, even though it is lunch and some of the guys cleared out. Excellent stuff. A lot of people just kind of pouring over rolls and play testing and getting stuff worked out. Some of the smaller publishers kind of really pound on their games here with people. Great to see. So here's where we left Dien Bien Phu. You can see my Viet Minh. We're about to be surrounded. They were pushing here, but couldn't dig these guys out. Even down here, right here, trying to make pushes, just couldn't really make any headway yet. It would have been interesting to see how this thing shakes out, but it's the end of the day, and we're all kind of exhausted, so we're going to call it. Leave it there. Did a pretty good job over here, kind of softening these. Probably 2 more turns would have been able to take this. That's 7 points to the good for the Viet Minh. That's a pretty good turn there. And then little bits over here. If I could have, gotten a good force in. Problem is, only 1 unit can assault. So even if you get it, fairly well surrounded, it's still pretty hard to dig out of there. Good stuff. It's going to be available in a couple months here from Legion War Games. Down here. Great stuff. Thanks to Roger for playing and Randy for hanging out and kind of taking notes and stuff. It's the end of day 1. I played Cell with the designer Roger Miller for Evolution Games. Had good food, good beer, good games. Didn't play anything big. Coming back Wednesday to play Dien Bien Phu with Roger again. More food, more beer, more games. I'll be back then. It is another beautiful morning in Phoenix. It's a little cloudy today, and it's starting to sprinkle, which is a little bit unusual for this time of year here. As people like to say, much needed. So we might get some rain. Thankfully, there's not much going outside where I'm going. So we're headed back. It's about 10 to 7. I left pretty late last night, and I'm sure that's going to happen again tonight and leave again early tomorrow. So I'll be nice and worn down by the end of the week, but that's kind of what this is for. So we'll get set up today. I don't have anything scheduled, just doing open gaming. I got Storm over Dien Bien Phu in the mail last night, so hopefully I can get that set up and played today. I'm gonna try to play Fire in the Lake a little bit, some other stuff as it comes up. So something I didn't mention is down there earlier, played Fire in the Lake, and I thought about getting the map out or looking at the map, but I ran out of time. But great fun. It took about 4 hours to play the short scenario with 3 guys who had played before and 1 who hadn't. The VC player, who was me, probably also the most experienced coin player at the table, took the game on the last propaganda card, or coup card as they're called in this. Expo, as you can see in there, is going at full force. I'm sitting down here by myself in, I guess, usual fashion, I guess. I'm playing, or play testing, I guess, Nemo's War, the 2nd edition from Victory Point Games. I was in the booth, and Alan Emmerich, I asked Alan when this was coming out. He pulled this out and said, hey, give it a run through. So I bought Circus Train from them, and I'm playing through this. The components in this are spectacular, and even the test, the playtest quality components that they're able to put together now are just absolutely stunning. Good, thick, nice feeling cards, beautiful artwork all around. This isn't even final artwork. They're doing a marvelous job. I'm really looking forward to this game coming out. So I thought I'd show this, kind of sneak peek. It should be coming out, I think, sometime later this year. So if you're interested at all in the game, I just played through it. It's really easy to play. Everything's really smooth. He's kind of sanding some of the rough edges off of the first edition, tweaking some things a little bit, giving some different options for things. Absolutely brilliant little game. So definitely looking forward to getting this later this year. So here's something fun. I somehow forgot my sandwich in the car this morning. I'm now having it for dinner. What you see here is molten grape jelly. It's 100 degrees, and I think it's actually cooled down probably 5 or 6 degrees by the time I'm filming this from the hottest point of the day. So all of the jelly kind of melted out. So don't leave stuff in your car in Arizona because it's nasty hot. Taking a little quick break before doing some open gaming tonight. We'll get back into it. Excellent game set up here. We have Dark Valley. How's it going?
Really well.
Yeah.
May of 43.
So it's Thursday night. I'm about to head home. Didn't do as much videoing this evening as I planned to. We played Thunder Alley from GMT Games that I guess is coming out pretty soon. But there wasn't much opportunity there. And then spent most of the rest of the evening just kind of hanging out with guys. Paul, Rick, Greg, Dave, of course, Dave, Brian Scott, not hung out, but talked to John Krantz and a couple of the designers, Alan Emmerich and Brian Train. Just kind of, tonight was more about the kind of hanging out, getting to know people, talking about what they're working on, kind of getting to know people a little bit more than just playing, which was nice. I need to do more of that, and so it was a nice opportunity to talk to a bunch of great guys. I mean, even over the Thunder Alley game, it was, I think, 6 people. Right away, we all hit it off. Everyone's kind of, BSing with each other, giving each other a hard time, playing through the game. That's what MonsterCon, ConSimWorld Expo is really all about. It's more about the guys. These big games, they're kind of something to behold, but the community is really what built this, and that's what tonight was all about for me. So I have one more day. We'll start off pretty early. I think it's after 10, so I'll get up around 6 and start over again tomorrow. So it'll be my last day, and then I'll put this up. I'm doing these day by day, but this will go up at the end because I don't have any time in the 6 hours I'm home. So until then. So I didn't intentionally leave them out, but here, I'll go this way. I'm driving home. This is right after that last piece. Didn't mean to exclude him, but had a great time the last 2 days, actually, talking to Enrico Callendale on YouTube. I really enjoy talking to him. If you're watching this and you don't know who he is, look him up on YouTube. Callendale, Callendale. Great guy, goes really in depth with a lot of games. Really covers stuff that other people aren't covering. It'll show you the whole game, explain the rules, give a review at the end. Something I'll never be equipped to do. It's not really what I'm aiming to do, but I mean, honestly, he did inspire me to even start with the whole thing, because what he's doing is a great service to the hobby. He even got a shout out at the breakfast this morning at the expo, which was super cool. We'll let that focus again, or not. Do this again. So spent a lot of time over the last couple days talking to him, and it's really been a treat. We've hung out, I want to say twice, but maybe it's just once. But I really, every time I talk to him, I just feel like, you know, we go way back, which is a cool feeling. We've played, I guess, just the one game together, but kind of spent the whole day together. So over these last couple days, it's been really, that's kind of trippy. It's been a lot of fun talking to him, even just in kind of fits and spurts. He was playing Toulon today from Legion Games. Spent the whole day there. I think they started at like 8:30. They're still playing when I left, which must say something for the game that all those guys are still there. But it was a lot of fun hanging out with Callendale today, off and on. He's always a joy to speak with. You know, all the guys there are. I haven't had any bad experiences this year. Last year, I think maybe there were some not as great guys. The guys I played with were great. So I guess I have to take that back. Maybe it was the year before. There were a couple kind of iffy guys. But I'm going to stop talking because it's late and I'm rambling. But just wanted to make sure that I did mention Callendale, because special place. Bye. It's the last day of the con. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. The breakfast announcements and giveaways are kind of happening right now, so it's pretty empty in here. I'm about to head in there, but even just looking at it empty, it's a sight to behold. Looks like a lot of games are starting to tear down. A lot of guys are getting through their games, finishing the second game. Yeah, there's a big game in here. I'm gonna get some stuff laid out and head into the breakfast. So it's the end of the week, and I realized I didn't do any video today. Kind of got distracted with everything. Played more great games today, of course. Play tested a couple things. Played a distant plane with Enrico and Brian Scott and Lance McMillan from VPG, so that was a lot of fun. And then Dave and I played Liberty Roads for a couple hours. Got through, I think, 4 turns, maybe 5 turns. Lots of good fun. Good year. I didn't spend too much, which is nice. Didn't get many games. I got Circus Train. I bought Washington's Crossing from Revolution Games, and then Brian Train was there, and he was selling a game called Green Beret, which is one of his small kind of print and play desktop published games. So hopefully I'll be able to put out some videos on those pretty soon. But great year, great con. They moved it back to that last week of June next year, the last full week of June next year. So hopefully more guys can come out, hang out for the week, even 3 days. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are good days to be here for sure. So that's going to be it. I'm going to make this long drive home and go to sleep. Thanks for watching. Sorry there wasn't a ton of coverage today, but just got wrapped up in everything.